Have you ever noticed that some people age differently, as if time affects them less? Some people feel tired and stiff after 40, while others at 70 look and move as if age has hardly changed them. Roberto Badii is an example of such a case. He is 70 years old, but outwardly and in activity he seems much younger. And his secret is not in genetics or expensive procedures, but in a simple lifestyle based on movement and attention to the body. He moves easily and confidently without age-related stiffness. This shows that youth is not the absence of wrinkles, but the preserved mobility and functionality of the body. Watch the video to the end and we will reveal his main secrets of youth. So, let's get started. One of Roberto's key habits is regular exercise in the fresh air. He does not limit himself to a gym or a house and tries to spend as much time as possible in the open air. This principle seems simple, but it is of great importance for health and longevity. Modern people live most of the time in a closed environment: offices, apartments, transport, screens, and artificial lighting. The body is not evolutionarily fully adapted to this lifestyle. When staying indoors all the time, the body receives fewer natural environmental signals: sunlight, temperature fluctuations, air movement, and natural activity. Regular exercise and walking outside have a completely different effect. Sunlight helps regulate biorhythms, affects hormone production, and overall energy levels. Outdoor exercise improves blood circulation, increases brain oxygen saturation, and reduces chronic stress levels. It is also important that over time, the brain perceives this lifestyle as normal. The body stops surviving in a limited environment and begins to function more naturally. This creates a stable background of health in which the aging process can slow down and the energy level remains stable for longer. Roberto's second key habit is strength training, especially working with adjustable dumbbells, which he often takes with him. This reflects an important principle of his life. He does not separate sports from everyday life, but makes physical activity a natural part of the day. For him, training is not a separate event, but a constant practice. Such regularity gives a result that cannot be achieved with rare but intense efforts. Constant loads form the adaptation of the body and keep the body in an active state. After 30 years of age, a person gradually loses muscle mass without strength training. This leads to decreased energy, poorer posture, slower metabolism, and a feeling of body fatigue. Strength training solves the problem profoundly. Muscles are not only a form, but also a regulator of health. When they work, the body receives a signal: we are active. In response, the body supports hormones, strengthens bones, and maintains working capacity. Roberto is not chasing records. His approach is based on stability, moderation, and regularity. This is what makes the results stable for years. He also focuses on recovery, joint mobility, and sleep quality. This comprehensive approach helps to maintain strength, ease of movement, and high energy levels even in adulthood every day. The third important element of his lifestyle is nutrition. Roberto likes to cook healthy meals on his own, and at first glance it seems like a simple habit, but in fact it changes everything. When a person cooks by himself, he begins to control not only the taste, but also the quality of what enters the body. This automatically reduces the amount of ultra-processed foods, sugar, and unnecessary additives. Today, most food products are overloaded with substances that give a quick taste, but worsen the condition of the body in the long run. The constant consumption of such food creates internal inflammation, one of the main factors of accelerated aging. Homemade food works differently. It is simpler, more natural, and understandable to the body. This reduces the load on the recovery systems and allows the body to spend energy on renewal rather than dealing with the effects of nutrition. Over time, a person begins to feel the difference. Stable energy appears, well-being improves, and the feeling of heaviness after eating decreases. Another important habit of Roberto is regular swimming. This is one of the most effective and safest types of physical activity, which helps to simultaneously keep the body in good shape and reduce the level of internal tension. During swimming, almost the entire body gets involved in the work. Muscles work actively, breathing improves, endurance and coordination of movements develop. At the same time, water significantly reduces the load on the joints and spine, which makes swimming especially useful with age when the body becomes more sensitive to overloads and recovery takes longer. But the value of swimming lies not only in its physical benefits. Water has a strong relaxing effect on the nervous system. While swimming, breathing becomes deeper and calmer, stress levels decrease, and the brain switches from constant tension mode to a more balanced state. This is especially important because chronic stress directly affects the aging process. It worsens sleep, hormones, skin condition, immunity, and general well-being. After swimming, a person feels not just pleasant fatigue, but a real inner renewal. It is this condition that helps the body recover faster and preserve energy, health, and youth for longer. If you look at all these habits together, it becomes clear that the secret of Roberto Badii is not in one magic method, but in the system. Outdoor training gives the body natural signals of life. Strength exercises support the muscular and hormonal structure. Healthy homemade food reduces internal inflammation. And swimming relieves the nervous system and accelerates recovery. Each of these factors is already useful individually, but together they create an effect that looks like delayed aging. And the most important thing is that there is nothing inaccessible in this. We don't need expensive technologies or complicated techniques. Everything Roberto does is based on the basic needs of the human body: to move, eat a normal meal, stay in the sun, and recover regularly. And perhaps the main conclusion here is simple. The body does not age by itself. It ages in response to lifestyle changes. And when this lifestyle changes, the rate of aging also changes. Friends, what do you think about this man? Write your opinion in the comments. If this video was useful to you, then please like it and share the link with those who might find it particularly useful. We also recommend watching this video, which has now appeared on your screen.